everybody, welcome to the Soulful Soul. My name is Gladys and this is your fortnightly pick a card reading, and in fact this is the last reading of the last pick a card of 2021. And look at my beautiful dragon that I've just purchased, and it's breathing smoke all over. So I just have to tell you about this reading. This reading started in Durban. I was there and it was outside and the weather happened. Then I took it inside and it was just too hot and too dark. And then I decided, and the next day I was traveling home. I tried to do it early, so for all of you, so that I could have it uploaded and then just put it up on the day, on Sunday. But I couldn't get that right. And now the actual reading is happening in Ubombo, my home, family home. So choose on, just feel which card or object you are most attracted to. Just choose on the basis of your heart. Go into your heart and choose on that basis. Just trust your intuition, let me put it that way. Group 1 has Carnelian. This is a Carnelian bracelet, Group 1. Group 2, this is an Amethyst crystal. Group 3, you have this Chakra bracelet. And Group 4, you have this clearish quartz, this quartz crystal. I don't know if you can see that. It's better down there, but it's very pretty. It's got a lovely something about it. So take a moment and you can pause the video and make your choice, and I will see you on the other side. So welcome back, Group 1. You chose this Carnelian bracelet. Let's put it up here for inspiration by our dragon, and look at that dragon doing amazing things. It's beautiful. And your card is Peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right. See that? Let go of the need to be right. And it's possible that you are in a situation where you're feeling that need. Maybe you are in a bit of a conflictual situation, but let's see what the cards say. That's just a little bit of guidance, and let's see if it's reiterated in your reading, Group 1. Doing a good job right now. Let's see. You can forward the reading if you need to when it starts actually. I don't know why some of my cards are reversed. Okay, I think I must have. Okay, let's see what happens. See what this is all about, Group 1. Beneath the deck you have the Chariot, and you have it in reverse, which suggests kind of a stalemate. Maybe there's something you're wanting to move forward on, but you don't feel you can. right now. Okay, so at the center of your reading is the Nine of Wands. It's kind of the wounded warrior energy. You're standing tall and proud, but I feel a protectiveness here. Today I'm seeing like protectiveness, like you are keeping walls up, possibly. Look how she's looking. Yeah. So maybe that's what you need to think about. It might be a work situation. I don't get any cups here, but it could be cups. Cups playing out as like a work friction, where there's cups there. So, but there's this feeling of needing to protect yourself. And let's see when we clarify what comes up. Just to remind that I do a quick read and then I go deeper with the second lot of cards. You've got crossing this Nine of Wands, the Two of Swords. There's this two-mindedness. You know what I'm getting here is an either-or kind of thing. You've got Justice here in reverse. You've got the Two of Wands here, Two of Swords, not even Wands. So there's this air energy. It's like being in your head. And maybe a two-minded, should I go this way, should I go that way? But what's happening is that you are stuck in your head, and because you're stuck in your head about something, you're not able to move either way. Let's put that like that, rather. That's much better. You're not able to move either way, right? Because, so you're all up in your head about something, and it could be a work project. This card is about stability. It's about anchoring things in. It can be about celebrations, but you have it in the reverse. So that's something you need to think about. Maybe you need to think about what is your stability. Is your dogma is what I'm seeing here, possibly, or maybe that's around you. But there's dogma. Is dogma getting in the way of your wanting or needing to celebrate something? In the near past, you get Justice in reverse. So possibly you were in a situation that you felt was really unfair. You might have been, but I think that you need to relook at that situation kind of thing. Maybe you need to look at from a different perspective, or from another's perspective, the person that you are in this, maybe an organization, maybe a colleague that you're in this wrangle with. Maybe you are needing to look at it from the other perspective. Maybe it's not as dark and grim as you imagined it to be. I feel like maybe you, group one, are needing to use the Ho'oponopono. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I really believe that can get you out of your head about the situation. Try it. In the unconscious, the Page of Cups, you maybe deep down, so you do have cups, so there could be love involved, but you are maybe wanting something gentler, kinder, and maybe it starts with yourself. Maybe you are being hard on yourself in some situation, but deep down there's this need for an exploration of love in the situation, and it doesn't mean that it's a lovership, but it could be. But there's a need for a more gentle energy, I feel. You come out here as the Hermit. You could be a Virgo, but the energy here is of turning within. This does represent you. You might have Virgo in your chart, or this might be your way of being. You are a loner, or you might have qualities of the Hermit, or you might simply be displaying those right now. Let's see what the clarifiers say. But on the one hand, you could be withdrawing from something, or feeling the need to just be on your own. And perhaps it's because around you, you haven't understood something. You haven't, there's some game that's being played that you might have been part of, but there's a lack of clarity. That's what I'm getting here. It's like, it's in the reverse, so perhaps there were games played, and now you are trying to figure them out. You're trying to look at them from this place of movement away from. But let's see. In your near future, you have the Knight of Swords, and you know, swords are about communication. That's also about communication. So there's a lot of the swords energy, but they can also be quite painful. Now with the Knight of Swords, it's almost like the need to be careful not to let your thoughts run away from you. That's what I'm getting. Maybe in the near future, you might get so caught up in your thoughts that they just take you where it might not be beneficial for you. But let's see. Your advice is the Queen of Coins. And the Queen of Coins is honoring herself, honoring her aloneness, knowing that when she needs to be with others, she'll be with others. But right now is, so there's a need for a more gentle approach, I feel, on yourself and on the situation, dear Group 1. But let's see, that's for now. In the near future, you get the Five of Cups in reverse. So I feel maybe this withdrawal will work well for you as long as you don't get too stuck in it. I feel like there's a need for, with your withdrawal energy, some time to play a little bit. And with the Five of Cups being in the reverse, I think that maybe you will start to see something with a lighter view, not just negatively, and maybe you have a tendency to be hard on yourself, so maybe you will have a lighter view on things. Let's see, I'm inclined to use these. Okay, so there's the King and the Queen of Pentacles, and they're looking at each other. More Pentacles. So this could well be work. Doesn't have to be though, but it could well be. More Pentacles, guys. So this could suggest that there's potential for stability in a situation that's been keeping you feeling my mind is made up, soon I have to go. Don't send me waiting invitation. Two wanted to come out earlier for that one, and I'm going to do that. Beneath the deck you get the Ace of Pentacles, so there's a chance for a new beginning. Perhaps an offer will be extended, or perhaps you need to make this offer of peace, Group 1. But there is an offer available, a huge offer. This situation might not look stable, but I think that there's potential for a lot of stability in it. So even if you are having differences with colleagues, perhaps you are needing to look at the role you've played. I don't think you've been negative, but I feel like you might turn negativity inward. So you become harsh on yourself and the situation. It's something like that. So with the Nine of Wands, you get the King of Pentacles. I think what's important here is that you remember who you are. I think that you might well be an earth sign have a lot of earth in you. You might be, or even a water sign, but you have this grounded energy within. And this could also indicate that the situation has been through a lot, but it's very stable, whatever it is. I feel like maybe you need to let your guard down and see the positive of the situation, what has been learned in it, rather, look, there's light there, rather than, or even what you've learned in it, rather than only the negative. With the Two of Swords here, being all tied up in your head, you get the Three of Coins. So I feel it's about work, it's about some kind of collaboration. But the Three of Coins can be internal as well, but it could be, I feel like you're dealing with another, whether love or work, and it's about collaboration, about something that requires collaboration. And with the Three of Coins, I always think spirit and the two. So some kind of partnership that is having some conflict, those are the two, because perhaps both are not listening to spirit within the partnership. But I don't think it's big and serious. So with the Four of Wands in reverse, you get the Six of Wands. So something that looks unstable, I feel, has potential for a lot of success. So don't walk away just yet, Group 1, from whatever this is. With the Hierophant, with the Justice card, you get the Hierophant. So, for some of you, I think this is a marriage that went through a hard time, maybe even a relationship that went through a divorce, but it still has something old world about it. There's some stability there. Can you see these shadows show two people? There's some kind of tradition from the past that might have broken up a relationship of some sort. It could be your relationship with an organization, a structure of some sort that seems to have had a breakup. With the Page of Cups, you get the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like you are needing to listen to your intuition rather than be too practical in some situation. Just go into your heart, go into that hermit energy instead of making decisions from the head. You have, and I feel like this is going to, let me leave it there. With the Hermit, you get the Moon. It's like you're doing all this withdrawal, but you're not getting the answers. It's like it feels very unclear. And perhaps, Group 1, it's because you're doing too much of this and maybe you need a bit of a light touch. I think you need to start seeing the beauty in the situation and seeing it for what it's brought in rather than, with the Nine of Wands there, rather than just being stuck in the negative. I think that's basically your message. With the Seven of Swords, you get Judgment. And here I'm seeing that you might have judged a situation with too much certainty. And maybe you need to have a relook at it, at how you have been complicit in something. I don't think this is negative. I don't feel like a harsh energy here. I think it's just some kind of, the words that came were rite of passage. Like you've needed to go through this to learn something about a situation, about you in a situation, about partnerships, relationships, that kind of thing. And that can be work relationships as well. So I think you're learning something quite deep about yourself if you open yourself up to it, Group 1. And then in the near future, you get the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Swords in reverse. I would say, don't rush. Don't rush to speak words, harsh words. The Knight of Swords doesn't necessarily speak harsh words, but they can be Yes, they can also be harsh. They can want to just fight, and you might be inclined to want to do that. But with the Queen of Swords there can be spite. Harsh words can create something that's unnecessary fights, I guess. You know, I get this impression of listening to others. Just be careful of that, of people whispering in your ear. Listen to your intuition, which I feel you're battling to do. You're battling to do because maybe you're trying too hard. But be careful of others' words that might not be true. Right? At work, it could be gossip. It could be people putting down someone that you might be working with, or speaking untruths. It's something like that. The Queen of Swords in reverse can also speak about spite and game playing. So be careful of that kind of energy. And you have the Queen of Coins, the Page of Cups, and the Fool, like the beginning of a new journey, maybe an offer made, or you are being invited to make an offer, or keep your heart open for the mysteries and the joy, and like keep an open mind, an open heart to the situation. Be willing to take a leap of faith. That's what I'm getting. There's a situation that requires that you take a leap of faith. Well, because you know, you have the King of Coins and the Queen of Coins here. I didn't even touch on that. There could be a partnership of two equals that's going on, work or lovership. And it's only because, and it's not necessarily the signs, but the fact that they are in the same suit, so they represent partnerships of equals, right? So, but also to trust in your, I feel like you need to be chilling a bit more. And chilling a bit more gives you a new perspective and a willingness to take a leap of faith on something and make an offer, or open yourself to offers, or just have an open heart and an open attitude towards the situation. Because I feel like the fish there is about a situation having the potential to heal. So there's something here, something constructive. In the outcome, you get the Lovers in reverse, the Five of Cups, and the Two of Wands. You know, it's like you will make a choice. In the future, you'll come unstuck. The Lovers can speak about choices as well. And it sometimes reminds me of the Judgment card. I think part of your choice is in walking away from this Three of Cups to a more Two of Cups kind of situation. So the three can be looking at the spilt milk, looking at things that haven't worked, instead of looking at the two, the potential. The Two of Wands in reverse, moving from the stalemate, and the Lovers in reverse. Well, I think it's left to be seen, but I think it's about, let me get another one there. The Lovers is about, because it's there with the Two of Wands and the Five of Cups, I feel it's about making choices towards a partnership of some sort, and letting go of whatever is not partnership, whatever is the talk, the self-talk, the negativity, Okay, there's one more scenario that comes up for me, and it could be a relationship where there has been stepping out or something, and maybe it's caused conflict, and maybe you are moving now to a choice, letting go of the many to go towards the one. In work, similar kind of thing. You've maybe been taking on too much. That can be part of this whole bigger picture, and now you're starting to focus after having taken this break. But there's definitely something about choices and an unstuckness. and about offers and taking risks. Taking risks. Sometimes we are afraid to put our eggs in one basket because we're afraid it might not work. Let me get one more for your outcome card. You get the Princess of Swords, and it's about you making a coming out of your stuckness. It's all about decision making. Really, it's about being able to make a decision about something. I think there's something big that you're needing to decide on, and it looks like you're heading towards that. But I think it comes back to the choices you make, the internal choices you make. Okay, group 1, I'm going to leave it there. I hope this helps you. I send you lots of love. Please do share your feedback. Give me a like and subscribe if you haven't. I will chat with you again soon. Bye. Welcome back, group 2. You chose this amethyst crystal, and your card is Stargazer, and it says set your sights higher. So perhaps you've been settling for less than you deserve. Group 2, let's see what comes out for you. Nice message, I like that. Let's see. And the dragon is absolutely going wild here. Can you see it properly? It's so beautiful. And it's traveled all the way from Durban, so that it could be here in this reading. Two of Cups in the reverse. Four of Cups in the reverse. Oh, I love that. Beneath the deck you have the Nine of Wands in the reverse. So I feel like in some area of your life you are not standing up for yourself. You're not being true to who you are. And I think that's linked to that settling for second best story, you know. Okay, so at the center there was a relationship that maybe has broken up. Maybe you made an offer to someone and it's been rejected. So you're feeling a little bit out of sorts. But let's see when we get the clarifiers. For those who don't know, I do a quick round with the first deck of cards and then I go deeper with the second. So this is just a taste and you'll see. So you get the Four of Wands in what you need to think about. Group 1 got the Four of Wands in the same position. And this is about stability. Can you see there's two people there? And it looks like these two people are in some kind of conflict or are not even speaking to each other. So there's something that's broken up, something that's not working right now, looks like to me. In the near past, you get the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So I feel like someone might have acted impulsively in this. Let me get the clarifier now. And you get the Nine of Wands. Maybe it was an impulsive action. Maybe it was maybe harsh words were spoken and yeah. And it's led to the wheel turning, something coming down. In your unconscious is a Six of Wands, a Six of Swords. So really wanting to move. I always think of this card as sitting on the throne, you know, on the toilet. It does look like in reading whatever literature of choice. But there's this feeling of wanting to move from this place of stuckness, of this turmoil that's going on in this relationship. There's kind of a feeling of no love lost kind of thing. There's a lot of hurt. It could be that you have felt unvalued in this relationship. So it doesn't need to be a lovership. It could be something you felt a passion for, a close connection with. And the Four of Cups could also speak about waiting for offers and not an offer and it not coming through, and that causing this pain. It's like you are not being appreciated. You're all you are not being appreciated, kind of thing. Maybe that's what's going on here. Or if it's a lovership, the relationship itself not being appreciated for its value not being seen. Yeah. Maybe two people being defensive. But you are wanting to move away from this tumultuous energy, or this energy of almost lack. Yeah. You have the card of the Five of Swords. So I would say very, very strongly grouped to, you need to be so careful. I think that your work for the next 2 weeks is to watch how you might be your own worst enemy. Where do you do things to shoot yourself in the foot? In this case, like let's say it's a lovership. The one partner has hurt the other partner, but that hurts them in the process. But for you, you could be hurting an aspect of yourself in some action, some way of behaving. And around you, you get this card of, it's not a card, it's just an extra, it's information about the deck. But I put it in, and I feel like this is an encouragement. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get it so that you can see, to write your own script. I think that maybe you need to be thinking about what that means. How do you rewrite the script? What does that mean for you? And you get another 6 in your near future, and it's the card of balance and opening yourself up to your treasures. So maybe that's what you need to be thinking about is, let's see when the clarifiers come. Right now I'm getting this feeling of moving yourself to calmer water. I think it's around rewriting and actual writing, you know, start thinking about what is it you want rather than what you don't want. We've got a full moon coming up, so actually maybe writing all the things that have upset you, writing them down. Now I wanted to do a reading about the full moon, and I might just do it. It's in Gemini, which is about duality. It's about looking at things from two sides. It's about the twin energy. It's that kind of thing. But let's see, I will do that reading. And the full moon's on the 19th. Full moons are a time of letting go. So write those things that you don't want. And keep writing them for the next 2 weeks from the 19th. And then at the new moon, use that time to invoke what it is you do want. By then, you have you've in a sense started rewriting the script and writing down, and then, this is what I meant to say, writing down and then burning those things. Like, those are not the things that you want in your life over the next 2 weeks. Did I make sense there? Was I clear? I'm clear in my head. So part of the rewriting the script is in first letting go of those things that don't serve you, those things that have not worked, the self-defeating behavior, whatever that is for you, surfacing it through writing, and then from the 19th, which is the Sunday, for those in South Africa, the full moon is on the 19th, letting go of that aspect, keep burning that maybe, or even if it's only on the full moon or in the week, burn those things that you have written down that you don't want, and then start anticipating the things you do want. And then at the new moon, start writing down those things that you do want. Like create, you can even do a God box or God jar, you know. But I'll talk about that. Maybe I'll talk about that in the full moon reading. For your advice, you get the Three of Pentacles. I think you need to start thinking about what collaboration means. Here, it's like being rebellious, and maybe there is a need to be a bit more rebellious. Maybe there's a need, and I think this is about rewriting the script. A re-look at who you are. Who have you told yourself you are? And maybe that's this past energy, and maybe a retelling of the story of who you are. This person is creating their own, they are creating their own masterpiece. They're being, I want to say Banksy, but like I feel there are probably so many other amazing, anyway. So they are in their own way creating their own masterpiece in their own rebellious way. It's something like that. Really beautiful group too. And then in your outcome you get the Ten of Cups in reverse, and it does talk about not having all these dreams, but what I feel is like a walking towards those dreams. Because how can the Ten of Cups be bad, right? It's about you starting to reimagine what your life can look like, or imagine what it can look like, you know. But now it's not with the self-talk, negative self-talk, or the shoulds, woulds, coulds kind of thing, like what would people think, etc. Okay. I think this is a very nice reading, actually. And just to say, I think that the Five of Swords is where you need to be thinking about where you sell yourself short. So I'm going to use all these cards. So, you have at the center the King of Cups. The Nine of Cups, sorry, I thought it was the King. Looks like the King, right? Yeah. You get it with the Two of Cups. So, something that you thought was wish fulfillment might not look like that right now. And maybe you are needing to be alone for a while. The Nine of Cups can speak about aloneness. With the Four of Cups, we get the Seven of Wands. So maybe something, this partnership that you hoped for, whether it's love or work, it looks like it hasn't come in. And perhaps it's because part of the reason, I don't think we need to blame ourselves, but there's a way you need to think about how you stand up for yourself, for what is right for you. Like this card, this Four of Cups talks about luxury. So where do you not ask for what is your right, I feel, whether in relationships or not. And that maybe that's why you're taking this Nine of Cups. Why the Nine of Cups is present is so you take time out. In a way like group one, but in very, very different reading. But you're needing to take time out to think about that. Oh, by the way, beneath the deck you have the Devil. So there has been some relationship maybe where the partners haven't been appreciating each other and there's a need for a time out. For some of you that might be the case. For some of you there have been power games being played, and there's this feeling of being trapped, but you aren't. The Devil in the upright for me is saying that you're not trapped. You are imagining yourself to be trapped and bound to something, or a way of looking at things, or a relationship. Like, just as an example, it can be bound to the idea of marriage, that a marriage has to work for the children kind of thing, you know, that kind of issue. in the near future, in what you need to think about, you get the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands comes with the King of Wands. So the King of Wands in the reverse and the Four of Wands. I really feel you need to be thinking about what stability looks like for you, and what you can do. Do you give your power away, which is also what the devil could be talking about? Do you give your power away in a relationship to keep the peace, maybe, to make things work? And you need to think about that. There's some kind of power stuff that's going on, and where you are starting to feel unappreciated. Group 2. You get the Two of Wands with the Six of Swords. You get the Two of Wands. Deep down, you are wanting to move forward, but you're feeling stuck. It's almost like you're waiting for the right time to move yourself. It's like you're waiting for a signal, maybe. So think about that. Maybe there is something brewing beneath the surface that will signal the time to move on now. But that's going on underneath. With the Five of Swords, you get the Knight of Wands. So, dear hearts, perhaps your game playing is, here's a couple of things. One, it could be you seeing yourself as a knight when you're in fact a king. Maybe that could just be in certain situations where you behave like lesser than you are, whether in a work relationship or whatever. You are being the Knight of Wands when you should actually be the king. It comes into play when you don't stand up for what is your right as well. So there's some way you are shooting yourself in the foot. So the Ten of Cups comes comes out twice, and here I really feel here it's talking about, it's exactly what I was saying, that for the next 2 weeks your job is in writing all these things that haven't been the Ten of Cups, just so they are out there. You're not owning them, you're writing them down on pieces of paper, and maybe burning them on the full moon, which is the 19th, or in that week of the full moon. Just maybe every day for that week, write down all those things and burn them. Burn them in a ritual, burn them with a belief, like with intention, dear hearts. You deserve better. And then we'll see what comes next for you, right? See what comes. I think that's really powerful. With the Six of Pentacles in the near future, you get the Two of Swords, and you might feel a bit still stuck, still in this situation where there's not an evil... that's important. There's not an equal give and take, but it's also not evil. I was going to say not an evil give and take. It might be circumstantial. It might be a lack of communication. But I think that maybe for the next week, just stay in this place of not knowing, but doing this action here, because I think that's leading to something more stable for you, like you taking yourself, moving from that in unstable space to something that is more fair. With the Three of Pentacles, you get the Knight of Swords. I feel like this is that honoring who you are. Like, it's almost like you're doing an uncovering, and it starts with you uncovering what is not you and learning to stand up for that, because I'm seeing the Knight of Swords here as speaking up for yourself. But in order to speak up, sometimes even that speaking up can be speaking up to spirit, right? So, but it starts with you first letting go of the shit, right? Because you can't speak up if you don't know what it is you want. Speak up, child. What is it? What is it? What is it? No. But doing this work helps you clear up. That's what I don't want. Okay, now, when we take ourselves to the new moon in 2 weeks' time, you are clear about what your intentions are. Okay, dear hearts, I think it's looking good. And then in the near future, you have the 9 of coins and the 10 of cups. I feel like in the 5 of coins and the 10 of cups. Okay, so I feel this is part of your process. It's doing exactly this. It's just a reiteration. And I think what it's doing for you, my dear group 2s, is helping you confront where you see yourself as the outsider. I think that's what this big lesson for you is about. And it comes back to setting your gaze, your sights higher. It's like you've settled for less than your worth. And it's part of it is in seeing yourself as an outsider in some kind of situation, whereas you can, it could for some mean moving away from a relationship that didn't work, where you were the outsider, where you weren't valued, to seeing where you are. It can be changing friendships. It could even be your change of perspective, not seeing yourself as the outsider anymore, seeing your own power, seeing the games you play on yourself, where you see yourself as lesser than, has an impact on how you engage in the world and how the world engages with you. That's really beautiful. I'm going to see if we have one more from here. The star is showing there. It's about healing and hope. There's the 10 of cups showing as well. So I think there's a lot of healing going on for you, like to find your place in the world, to find where your 10 of cups lies. What does your 10 of cups, maybe you've never ever asked yourself, what does my look like? Maybe all up to now, without you even realizing it, maybe your dreams have been based on what other people think your dreams are or should be, Not in, people don't intend to do that, but we put a lot of pressure on each other to be a certain way, sometimes without even realizing it, and maybe that's what you're dealing with. Let me see. A really beautiful reading group too. I think this is so powerful. And you get the 2 of coins again. So I feel like this Gemini new moon, Gemini full moon is important for you, and it is about finding balance. But I do feel it comes back to that thing of doing that work. I think you're working on one of those right now, and so you might swing and you might feel these mood swings and emotional swings, and that's okay. I think just cut yourself some slack. Say, this is what I'm working on. Let's see what happens. Okay, group 2, that was really beautiful. I wish you a wonderful week, 2 weeks ahead. Please give me your feedback. Love to hear how this sat for you. If you like, please give me a like and share with other like-minded souls, and I will chat with you again soon. Welcome back, group 3. You've chosen this chakra bracelet, and yours is sage. Be devoted and committed. And what I feel, maybe you need to work on the chakras. Just do some chakra energy work on yourself. You can find chakra stuff on the internet. You can also use mine. I've got some Reiki healings, but I just go up to the throat chakra. I keep promising to finish that, and maybe I will in the next few days if I get some time. But yeah, let's see what the cards have to say for you, group 3. Did I say group 3? Well, you're group 3. Let's see. I'm going to use these. Oops. Walking slowly and steadily towards something, group 3. Could it be your own happiness? Yes. making choices, making the right choices. Nice. Towards your own stability. And we have the Ten of Swords in the upright here. So you have been, maybe something has ended for you, group 3. Something's come to an end, and maybe it hasn't been, maybe it's been a bit painful. I'm hoping my dragon gives you some fireworks. And maybe that's why you being devoted and committed comes up. And I think it's being devoted and committed to your own healing, your own process, your own journey. Let's see. So at the center here, group 3, you have the Knight of Pentacles. I think you are doing a slow and steady trek towards something that's beautiful for you. But look at all that you have achieved. And I think you are being reminded not to forget that. With the dark horse there, it's the slow, plodding, steady, the Knight of Coins. That's what represents the Knight of Coins. So you've built a lot and you're moving towards even more. And your process is slow and steady, and trust that. And you're moving towards your own fulfillment, like you are moving towards choices that are right for you, or a choice that is right for you. Like there might have been all these cups on offer and one of them is right. They are not all right for you. You get the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands. So something is ending. Maybe something has ended and it's allowing you to place down burdens, group 3. It's allowing you to stop this hard slog. Like it's time for you to have some joy, I think. In the near past, you get the Queen of Swords. So you might have been dealing with the Queen of Swords, or perhaps some honest discussions were had. Truths have been spoken, and that's why you are now moving away towards your own stability. In the unconscious is the Seven of Swords. Let me think about this. I'm going to wait and let me get a clarifier now. But for me, the Seven of Swords is looking out for yourself. Let me see what that's about. It's listening to the messages. Yes, it's I feel like listening to the messages of your intuition. That's what I feel is going on in your unconscious. You are starting to hone your inner voice and listen in a different way. You are doing it in a more self-serving way. Maybe you, dear hearts, have often worried about other people, and now you're coming to the space of concerning yourself first with you. But there's that kind of thing going on for you. And you have the Five of Cups. So, dear hearts, you need to, maybe you have been lamenting this thing. There's a looking back for you. There's a looking back. And I think you're looking back at these harsh words. Maybe you're questioning them. Did I do it right? Did I do it wrong? Oh, was it my fault? Whatever. It doesn't matter. You are here right now. And to me, it feels like whatever's happened it's the right thing. You know? However complicit you were, whatever, it is the right thing, because it is where you are now and it's brought you here. You know, sometimes we only see the rightness of something later. So you are in the space of making choices for yourself that are based on your needs, I feel. You have around you the Death card. So I feel that's if there's a challenge for you, it's in holding on to focusing on what didn't work, or in blaming yourself, blaming others, saying, oh, if only. Just be careful of that, dear hearts, okay? So I feel like what's going on under the surface here is you starting to take that, or at least you are being challenged to start taking that responsibility, you know? let me be self-focused in an aware way, in a constructive way, in a way that builds rather than destroys. And here in the near future, you have the Seven of Wands, and it's about, in the reverse, I think it's about you, maybe you will just be careful of not standing up for your worth, even to yourself. That's the message. So, yeah, that's something you're going to have to caution yourself about. And oh wow, group 2 got this as well. You get the Four of Wands. Everyone's got the Four of Wands, so I think that we are all being guided to what is our own joy and our own stability. So I feel like you need to start thinking about what is your joy, what is your stability, what does it mean for you. You get the Three of Swords, and I'm going to get a clarifier because I wouldn't like to leave you with the Three of Swords, which is about pain, right? But it's not, to me, when I look at this reading, it's not something you are unaware of. It's part of what you are healing. It's part of what you are healing. And I feel like, see, if you focus on the Three Cups, on the blame game, then you stay stuck in pain and it doesn't become healing. Okay, dear hearts? Whereas if you look at the Two Cups that are standing, what you've learned, what's grown out of this, there's always something constructive that has come out of something that didn't look good. Always. You know, they can always be. So let's see what your clarifiers say. Let's go deep. The Death card flew out, right? So that's very important for you, dear hearts, is to accept. Maybe accept some ending, allow some death to happen. Sorry, I'm just, because I wasn't sure. It'll come up if it's meant to. Like I wasn't sure. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, but you get the King of Wands beneath the deck. This could represent your energy, or it's possible that you've ended something with a fire sign. Not necessarily, with a fire sign, or with, let me see. Okay, we'll come back to that if it needs to be flagged. So with the Knight of Coins, it's like some strife is leading to you. Maybe you're walking away from that strife, these battles. But these battles have built you up slowly and steadily. Through whatever's happened, you have been building yourself, you know. And now it's a time for choices. And I think that your choices are about what makes you happy. You need to be thinking about that. And finding stillness, finding time for stillness. You cannot make those choices if your mind is too busy. You know, if you've got too much on your mind, oh, I want this, here, that's the other thing, you know, like this, instead of focusing on what is really, really right for you. There's something like that going on. Being discerning about your choices, what makes you happy. I think you need to think about that. Group 3, with the Ten of Wands, it's like the letting go of the burdens. Sorry, let me just come back to this. So, the Five of Wands here. Yes, here's another thing, is that you're walking away from the strife. You're walking away from all that hasn't served you. And you are going to be confronted with choices, I feel, or have been confronted with choices that require you to go within, dear hearts. Take time out for stillness. And take time out to think about what makes you happy. When you lay down those burdens. So, to me, the Ten of Wands in the reverse is laying down those burdens. Right? Why do I have to have this yak with all these things? Look at that long journey. It's also about honoring that journey, that long journey. But you don't have to take the negativity with you. Just honor the lessons that you've learned. And here again, there's this issue that what seems to be coming is like choosing, making an offer, or consolidating all that into one. So it's like, well, it could be making a choice and therefore making an offer, because now you've let go of some things. It could be what I was saying earlier about having too much and now focusing your attention on what, like there's so much. All those things can't all make you happy, right? It's like honing in. For you, I think it's about honing in on what is right for you, I think, as opposed to all the voices about what should be right for you. And there's some solidness on offer for you, it feels like. In the near past, with the Queen of Swords, these words that were spoken, it could even be an affair that happened, or like multiple partners, like I was saying, you or another. And honesty, these things coming to light for you. And even though it might have been painful, it's leading you to a place where you say, what is it that I want? What do I want? And with the Seven of Swords, I love this. I think group 2 got this as well. I think that we are being challenged to look at what is it that makes us happy and to focus on ourselves for a while so that we can be clear about what's right for us, This dragon is supposed to be smoking through their mouth. And it's not doing that for you. I want it to. Ouch. There you go. See, that's so cute. The cards representing you with the Five of Cups, you get the Six of Cups. So, I feel like what you are learning is that what didn't work has equipped you to find what does work for you. So for some of you, it's a lovership. So finding that soulmate, that person, that companion that's right for you. But you've learned so much from the previous one. You can trust that you won't make the same mistakes, or you will know things. You will just be more of a whole person. But it does require you to not look at the blame, the judgment, the what didn't work, and to look at what can work. For some of you, it could be a work relationship with some kind of partnership that is more suited to you. So whatever didn't work, the Five of Cups is leading to something that is right for you. You've got to trust that, know that. And then with the Death card, the Queen of Swords comes up again here. So instead of lamenting something and holding on to it, I think that either you are being guided to cut something off, to accept a death, accept an ending, and say your piece, speak your piece honestly, or for some of you, it's walking away and cutting that off. Whatever's not working, cutting it off and accepting the death. It could, of course, be someone around you bringing these words, but accept those words. It's like you need to let it go. And you might feel I don't know why, dear heart. So you've got the Ten of Wands there. So you are needing to let that go in order to bring in your coin. You need to let something die, so that's a big message for you, group 3. Let something die. Put down those burdens. Stand up for yourself by putting down those burdens. Don't carry what's not yours, and let go of something that is not yours to have because it seems to be hurting you. And that can even be a letting go of the negative thinking. And look at this. What you need to think about, your advice is the Four of Wands twice. I feel like, and I was saying to group 2, I need to do something on the full moon. I think that we are being challenged to let go of everything that doesn't work. I think, in fact, I will do a reading on that. Letting go of what doesn't work in order for us to open ourselves to what does. The full moons are about letting go. So I feel like we are all being guided to let go, to do writing, journaling for the week ahead. What doesn't not work, and burn it. Write on a piece of paper. What are these 3 cups that we are you are lamenting? What are these 10 wands that you are carrying that you don't need to carry? They can be thoughts. They can be like burdens that are others to bear, that others need to be taking, or at least being shared, because I think they are interfering with your peace of mind, your passion, your own passion, this thing that you are being guided to move forward towards, letting go of the strife and moving towards what is yours, and trusting that you have already built, you've already done so much, and instead of focusing on the burdens, focus on what is your joy. And I feel like that's what we are being prepared for this week ahead. We are looking at what has not worked, and in order for us to then start working on what are our dreams, what is our ideal, and shoot for the stars, basically. And then with your 3 of Swords, you get the Empress. So I feel like it's in the reverse, right? You are maybe turning all the pain inward, and I feel like you might be in danger of being harsh on the divine feminine within, and almost saying like, oh, because I was too soft, oh, because I am a woman, oh, because I'm a kind-hearted man, or oh, because I have a gentle soul, or that kind of thing. It's not strength to let go of that gentleness. What is strength is to be able to have boundaries while we still need gentle in the world. We need way more than ever. I feel like we need kindness and all those things that we see as weakness. So don't be in danger. Be careful of that. But with the 3 of Swords here, I feel like there's something in, it's exactly what I was saying. It's about looking at all the pain that has been caused and writing it down, because by writing it down and then burning it, we are saying that that's not part of our lives anymore, because we want to actually find a way of honoring the Empress within and finding out our truth. I feel like the week ahead, don't worry about this too much. Just work on it. Where do we not honor the feminine within? Where do we not treat ourselves like we are the Empress? Where do we... And just keep writing that. Even if it's from the outside, like, what is it we will no longer put up with? It's that kind of thing. I think it's very beautiful, group 3. I think the readings are very deep this week for both, for all. So, I'm going to leave it there. Oh, I meant to give people... No, it's fine. I will leave it there, group 3. I hope this has helped you. If it has, please won't you give me a like, share, subscribe if you haven't, and share your comments. I'd love to hear how this helped you on your journey. Okay, group 3, I will chat with you again soon. I send you lots of love. Bye. Welcome back, group 4. You chose clear quartz, and your card says Druid. Hold the space. Wow. So you might be holding space for someone right now. You might be a healer of some sort. You might be being guided to that, or you're being guided to go within to find out what your role is. What are you here to do? Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Group 4. But you might well be a healer, and it's possible that you've been feeling burdened by your healing. Maybe you feel taken for granted, or for some reason you're feeling burdened by it. And I think that the guidance is you're in the right place, maybe. Let's see. Write your own script, write your own story. I think that you are maybe at a bit of a crossroads. And you're being guided to honor this druid within. Hold the space. Six of Cups. Something about the past. Maybe you're not listening to. Maybe some of you are being called to some kind of service in a way, and you're afraid. Lots of cups here. Wow, look at that. Write your own story or rewrite the script. So you get the Tower beneath the deck, and that's saying to me something has fallen apart or is falling apart. Could be a way of thinking, a way of doing things. Something significant is happening for you, Group 4, really. And you might know it, or it might be showing up soon. Don't be afraid of it, I think is the important message. So maybe it's a relationship that's ended. Maybe it's some partnership you thought you had high hopes for, and it's not showing itself to be that. But maybe it's something to do with something from the past. It might be ancestors. It could be some pain from the past that's showing up right now, but it's showing up to end a cycle. So whatever's showing up right now, some kind of pain, something that's showing up in your life, something that's on your mind a lot, something that is present. For some of you it will be very obvious, for some of you you might have to think about it a little bit, but something is showing up, and it's your Tower. Something has not worked the way you wanted it to work, and it's the universe's way of helping you tie up a cycle. You are completing something in a very positive way, and you're moving on to something that's more suited for you now, right now. It's almost like you're going through a complete kind of significant change. I'm trying to get this straight, dear hearts. Okay, let's look at your central card. Okay, so we're saying 6 of Cups. Yeah, so something significant. Oh, look at me, lost my train of thought there. What you need to think about is what pain, something significant that you are healing, dear heart, some heart pain. Let's see when we get the clarifiers, but I think that you might be going through something quite an intense change, if nothing else, and the 3, that's a 3 as well, so that it's whatever's going on, it's the right thing. Trust that, really trust that.
and just stay in that space instead of trying to escape the pain. Stay there with that pain, you know. You get the Emperor in the near past. So I feel like whatever's going on now, it's a result of your starting to come to terms with your Emperor status, with the divine masculine within you. You're starting to honor the power that you do have in a constructive way. And that's what's leading to what might look like pain. And for some of you, it's just might not even show up as pain. It's healing. You can feel the sense that you're healing something. You're leaving some aspect of you behind. And you get beneath the surface is happiness. So joy leading to fulfillment, like your own fulfillment, you making yourself happy, you finding joy within and completion within yourself, self-sufficiency. But you yourself are a bit unclear. You get the Ace of Swords in the reverse. So you have not fully taken Excalibur, and maybe that's just part of your process, like you are going through this journey towards Excalibur, towards your own sword of destiny kind of thing. Very cryptic group 4. But there's some place where I feel like this is leading you to a place where you will wield honesty. You will wield your sword with honesty in all situations. I think you are being led to this place where you are able to speak truths. But right now you're not there, but you are on the way to that. That's for some of you. For some of you, I think there's some place in your life where you're not speaking up, you're not speaking truth, you're not cutting something out that needs to be cut out. Maybe you are still trying to find a way to do that. The King of Wands in your around you, there's this King of Wands. So maybe somebody wants to speak to you. Maybe there's a lot of passion around you. It is in the reverse. For some, it's an ending of a relationship with the King of Wands. It doesn't matter the gender, but there's an ending of a relationship with that. For some, there might be this fire sign that wants to come in, but is maybe facing a different direction, maybe because they are not sure about your truth. For you, your advice is to write. So this has come up for 3 already, and I'm going to do a full moon reading about this, writing your own script. But I feel like for the full moon, which is on the 19th, you need to start be writing what doesn't serve you, and just keep writing and burning those things from the past that have not served you, that you do not want in your life, as a precursor to putting out your intentions at the new moon. Exactly this. So near future, looking at what is the 10 of coins for you, what is pure joy and happiness and partnership, what is the whole 2D, what is the whole 9 yards for you, group 4. I think that's what you're working towards. So let's see how we can bring this reading together. Oops. The 10 of Wands just fell down. I think reminding you not to hold on too tightly to responsibilities that are not yours. You are about to take a new journey. And beneath the deck, you get the Queen of Coins. So you might be an earth sign or dealing with an earth sign, but it's a constructive thing. I feel like you are starting to find ways of earthing your joys, what makes you happy. I think that you're being invited to open yourself to your own abundance. That is your birthright. I think your process, you're letting go of some way of being in the world that has not been around abundance, that has not honored this Queen of Coins within you. Very interesting. So I'm going to come back to that hold the space and what role it has. So you are letting go of notions of what love should look like, maybe, and taking a leap of faith. Maybe some of you thought someone was not your soulmate and now are realizing they are, and so going to take a leap of faith that way. For some of you, someone you thought was your soulmate didn't turn out to be, and you are then taking a leap of faith away from that. If it's work, it could be you moving away from nostalgia about the way things should be or the way things were. There seems to be, whatever it is like you're going to take a risk, or you're being guided to take a risk on something or away from something. And it's part of your journey. It's like you're being invited to close a chapter so that you can begin a new chapter. And I think that this closing of a chapter is around, I feel like it's moving away from the Knight of Pentacles. Right? The Knight of Pentacles is slow and steady, and slowly they build up there to the Queen of Pentacles, almost like a space where you just open yourself up to, it's almost, okay, here working for someone, as an example, working for someone, being your own boss. It's that kind of energy. So whatever this means for you, this younger energy to this more solid energy. So that's slow but steady to like making passive income. That's what came to mind. It's like slog to a place where you're sitting and you're making passive income. I don't know how, but sounds good to me. What you need to think about with the Three of Swords, you get the Five of Pentacles. Look at this. It's like the pain is in their mind. See, can you see? The pain is in their thoughts, and their thoughts are about being an outsider. So you, my darling hearts, are needing to think about, where do you place yourself on the outside when you might not necessarily be there? And what does inside look like? So for each of you, that will be different. In the near past, the Emperor and the Seven of Wands, I think you've been learning how to stand up for yourself. You've been learning how to say, actually, those are my wands. I've earned them, kind of thing. Oh, I can stand on my own 2 feet, that kind of thing. And beneath the surface is this happiness waiting, this independence, but it might first look like feeling trapped. But I feel like you're being called to free yourself from these traps now, dear hearts. Those traps are in the mind. It's back to this Three of Swords. The traps are in the mind, and it's almost like you are being pulled to think about what is fulfillment for you. What does independence look like for you? Instead of this feeling of being stuck in your thoughts. It's very interesting. I'm going to leave it very general and kind of like very abstract, your one, group 4. But it is what it is. The readings present themselves in different ways, and this is how yours is presenting, and it's okay. So with the Ace of Swords, you get the Nine of Wands. Dear hearts, I think you are needing to think about where you take on other people's burdens. And that's what you are needing to cut out. Yeah, look, some of us come from, there's so much beauty in African culture, I think, and in indigenous non-Western cultures, let me just put it that way, of the sharing, of Ubuntu, of how we look after each other, of how family is important. And I grew up in that kind of culture, and that, to me, there's the taking care of our loved ones, our parents, and allowing them to take care of us as well. But perhaps what is here, where this is showing up for you, it's in saying, when is it over? When is it unfairly on you alone? Where can you share the burden? And sometimes we don't even see ourselves how we, like for me, I know I'm fiercely independent, and sometimes people want to help and we don't realize it because we're so used to being maybe I'm not the firstborn, but we might be like that, or we might be the firstborn and feel like we have to take on the responsibility, not realizing however it plays out for you, it will be so different for different people. Let me think of another example. In work, you might shoulder most of the responsibility and just keep quiet. Maybe that's what you're needing to change. Maybe that's what this changing of I want to come back to this holding space. Maybe that's where this tower is coming down, where there's something significant going on with you, where you are changing a behavior or a way of being or an attitude, and it's quite big. It might be in where you keep quiet when you take most of the burden of responsibility at work. And I feel like the guidance is actually that's coming to an end now, And then there's this King of Wands with the Ten of Swords. So definitely this coming to an end thing. Something is ending. And maybe it is this where you take on too much. Maybe you have been the King of Wands that's taken on too much. For some of you, it might be the ending of a relationship with the King of Wands. And maybe that has been the thing that's depleted you. A fire sign maybe, or someone who displays fire sign qualities that maybe has robbed you of your energy. And maybe that's what the holding space is we are being guided to hold space for ourselves right now, with the Queen of Cups in the near future. I didn't read this, by the way. You get the Page of Swords. Yes, being much more clear about what you will and will not do for others. When are you giving too much? When is your cup overflowing for others and not for yourself? It's very significant, dear hearts, very significant for each of you. You know where you've been outpouring too much and where you need to pour within. And maybe this holding the space can also be that, exactly that, taking time out for yourself, filling yourself up with love, honoring yourself, trusting yourself. And then with the advice, you get the Eight of Pentacles, working hard towards rewriting your life journey, your purpose, so working on that. So this, I think I mentioned that it's come up for, I think, just 3 of the 4, this rewriting our script. So I feel, and this is the advice I've been giving for, and I really think I must do something for the full moon on Sunday, the full moon in Gemini, about letting go of those things that don't serve us, in order that we can then rewrite our own script towards the 10 of Coins, the 10 of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles. That passive income can be in the form of being loved completely as you deserve to be, take what fits for you. And it can be that and the wealth, the fullness, the wholeness, the completion, the full, never having to worry, financially, so that you can live an independent life, a happy life, I'm not saying, I don't mean that money is everything, but there's something about your abundance that you are being guided towards. And you have the sun in reverse. So maybe you will not see it clearly because it's a work in progress. But let me get a clarifier for that one. But I feel like that's what you are walking towards. And yeah, it's really beautiful. And look at this. You get this, wow, look at these powerful major arcana, going within, trusting in yourself, believing in your strength, and then making things happen, believing in your ability to create, co-create, because it's always a co-creation, right? Just one more. Or should I just leave it? You know what, group 4, I'm going to leave it there. I think this is beautiful and deep. You're closing a cycle, you're moving towards another one. For some, it's around love and soulmates, or what you thought was a soulmate, or what you want, moving towards your soulmate. For others, it's about abundance. I think for all, it's kind of like about finding your path, letting go of some aspect of yourself that you thought was you, in a way, to embrace a different aspect of yourself, a different way of being. But I think it's a work in progress. I don't think it's just an overnight thing, but it's there on offer. But it's also about letting go of things that don't serve you in order to open up to the things that are right for you. And for now, I think, listen out for I'm going to definitely do this, full moon in Gemini, just a little quick input on that, and look out for that. Maybe I'll do some Reiki with it. Okay, dear hearts, let me leave it there and just send you lots of love. I think this is a very, very powerful reading about something deep going on, deep kind of transformation. So I send you lots and lots of love. Please share with me your feedback, and give me a like, and share with other like-minded souls. I'll chat with you again soon, group 4. Bye.